First, want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the Apostle El's great millstone of the well. Salutations to the Akim, teaching the word of Syrian truth, and blessings to the elect and the 1/3 Israelites scattered worldwide, predestined to be saved. Now, I'm going to start this lesson. This is particularly for the daughters of Zion. All right, our women, Black, Hispanic, Native American women. All right, and I'm going to concentrate on them. And these scriptures, some of them, it pertains to all of us, but there's specific scriptures that caters towards our women. All right, but one of the reasons why I'm doing this video, because there's a shift happening. The more these instances of racism come up, the more our people are waking up. But there are people that are still deluded. All right, and our women are deluded in two main thoughts that they have in their mind. Not all our women, but the majority, unfortunately, they're deluded to think that, number one, that whites, so-called white people, Edomites, all right, who are from Esau, is not our enemy. That's the first delusion and the most dangerous one. And second, which is, is another dangerous one, is they think they're equal to men or they don't need a man. And that's been pumped down through feminism, from Angela Davis on down. I mean, in the 60s, we were working together. And then Angela Davis, who was an agent, all right, because many of the Black Panther Party, many of the people at the top were all agents, all right, she defected and started saying about misogyny, etc. And then she moved into feminism. And they knew that our women would follow, okay? So Isaiah 66:4 says, I also will choose their delusions. All right? This is the ones where people are not going to make it. But let's concentrate on our women today. I'll also choose their delusions and I'll bring their fears upon them. All right? And why is God going to do that? Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. So the Lord is controlling people, and 2/3 of our people, Zechariah 13:8, especially in America, are going to be put to death. And it's because of these delusions. All right. Now, this was from what's the guy, Sarnetta. He's an Egyptology guy. This is one of the most sickening, disgusting videos I've ever seen in my life, but we're gonna roll it a little bit, okay?
We're gonna teach our children. Now, Kenzie and Black women out there is lost. Not all of them. Not all. There's a lot of them that is lost out there. One simple enemy, one who hates and wishes to injure another. Two, a nation of force hostile towards another. See, so we need to get our women back. Do you see the white man as your enemy? That's the first question I'm gonna ask you. Do you see the white man as our number one enemy on the planet Earth?
Our as in Black people?
Yes.
No.
You don't see the white man an enemy to your Black man right here?
Look at her husband. Did you see his face? Look at his face. He's like, what?
Oh, okay. How you doing, first of all? Do you see the white man the enemy to our babies, to the Black man?
I want to answer that.
Oh, come on.
See?
I wanna ask
Scared.
you,
See?
I want to ask you a question. Look at them. Look at them. Do you see white people our number one enemy? Yes or no? Huh? Why you don't see the white man an enemy to your Black man? You do got a Black man, don't you? Okay, so you don't see the white man a threat to your Black man? Oh, yeah.
Yes, but that's not the only thing.
Come on now. You got to answer me before you leave.
See? See, they got no will to fight.
Oh, you don't think so?
See?
So you don't see the white man as our enemy? But you don't see the white man as your enemy today, sister? Do you see the white man as our number one enemy today? Be honest, be real. You don't see the white man?
All right, that's enough. That's enough. As I said, it would just make me puke, man. But you saw them. They all said, no, he's not your enemy. All right, well, let's see what he thinks about that. All right, because it's not what you think, because you're deluded. Like the Lord said, I will choose their delusions. All right. Okay. Now let's see how they treat you black women, you so-called black queens. Oh, bang, bang. He's not your enemy, huh? He's not your enemy?
Hey, bro, chill, bro. That's a female.
You see that?
Now, what up?
You see that? You know, and the guy was instead of helping her, the guy was just filming it. You know, but this is the people that you guys are actually sticking up for. All right. Now let's look at this video, and this one.
We've seen over 890%.
This video doesn't shock me at all.
Amazing.
It's the shock.
It doesn't shock any of us that are in this truth. All right, and this is an Edomite woman. That's what whites are called in the Bible, and she's doing racial slurs. But guess what? Her kids are Israelites as well, because her kids are so-called mixed race. So their dad is black. But let's see what happens here.
Moment, a white woman said this to a black bakery worker in New York City. The video, recorded by a bystander, showing the woman denied service by the employee after refusing to wear a face mask. Security at the scene attempting to de-escalate the situation, but things took a turn when the woman hurled a racial slur.
Ma'am, he's not gonna serve us, so please leave.
See that? She said he's a nigger. That's why.
The woman doubling down on a racist insult next to children that appeared to be with her. This morning, the man
You see
behind
that?
the counter, 30-year-old Victor Kamara, is speaking out.
The children that she had with her were mixed. I don't know. So they look like they had a black dad. Or it would definitely be black dad or Hispanic dad, Native American dad, but more or less probably a black dad. You know? And she said that. And she said that in front of her children. Okay?
I was kind of, sorry about the situation. I was kind of, appalled by it as well.
For a black person, we know that the N-word has a way of, really, it strikes you like a lightning bolt. Did it make you take a step back?
I was like, why would you call me that? You know what I mean? And especially having kids that are mixed, why would you use those words?
Kamara says
There you go. So her kids were mixed.
while he was trying to calm the situation, he appreciated.
So that doesn't sound like a friend. That sounds like an enemy. And she did that, and she said all that right in front of those children. And they're probably her children, but if not, I digress. Let's see another incident here. All right.
What's your call? You say it again.
And this is a Edomite cracker, a devil. All right, talking to an Israelite man like this, and her friends in the background are sadly Israelite women. And you know what? She's probably in her early 20s. Look at her face. That's why you jakes that are marrying these women, man. By the time she's 30, she's gonna look terrible, man. That's what facelifts and cosmetics surgery is for. Is for them.
What happens to me? What happens to me? What happens to me?
Look.
Falling on my head, calling me a y'all gonna let the
Look. There you go. That's her friend. And this woman's an Israelite woman, you see.
You don't know me, man.
There you go. See, and then notice she's walking away.
Call my wife. Give me your name too. Give me your name.
Look at that. Spat on him as well, man. And I want you dumb women to see this, man. And to really allow it to marinate in that coconut skull of yours. The hatred. And you know the reason why she could say something like that right in front of her friends who are also so-called black? And I remember looking at this case, and there was a picture of her, and her boyfriend is apparently a black guy as well, as far as I remember. Could be wrong, but her friends were right there, and it didn't matter. You know why? Because you don't matter. Okay? And that's the reason why no one respects us, man. Because a lot of our people, you have no backbone anymore. So you have a delusion that these people are not your enemy. Well, they are the enemy. It's simple as that. There's nothing you can do about that. It's in scripture. All right? It's in scripture. All right. Let's go to it. Ecclesiastes, 12 and 8. Okay, in the Apocrypha, this is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. All right, and we know that Jacob's trouble, the Great Tribulation, is coming, where the dollar's going to collapse, food shortages, concentration camps, killings, people going to kill each other, detention centers. There's already 800 FEMA camps in America. All of that, when all that hell breaks loose, you blacks start saying that, you know, they're not the enemy, you're going to find out the hard way, and by then it's going to be too late. All right, so when adversity comes, and a good example is Hurricane Katrina. All right, when it was all hell broke loose, Hurricane Katrina, and our people came out of the Superdome, and yeah, some of them were looting shops because they shit themselves, they pissed themselves, they menstruated on each other for 5 days. No food, no water. And, you know, and what happened? The police started, shooting on people. You know, whites in the neighborhood, I think it's Algiers Point, saw the news, and any black person that went through the neighborhood, they killed them. You see? So an enemy will not be hid in adversity, man. Okay? Gonna be hid. You're gonna find out the hard way, man. All right? Verse 9. In the prosperity of a man, his enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. And that's what's going to happen, man. All right, even the people around you who are Israelites are going to betray one another. That's how bad it's going to be. Verse 10, it's the main point. Never trust thine enemy. Never trust thine enemy, for like iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So it says never. All right, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, coming to your Black Lives Matter marches, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I'm not racist. I've got black friends. Oh, my baby father's black. You know, yet take good heed and be aware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away, meaning his hatred for us is still there. And Ezekiel 35 verse 1 to 5 and Amos chapter 1 tells you that they have a perpetual hatred for us. So you're wasting your time. You're looking for love in all the wrong places. All right. Verse 12. Set him not by thee. So you're not supposed to have these crackers by you. All right. Least when he hath overthrown thee, which they did. The Native Americans, remember, they came to the land and our people helped them and stuff like that. And once they got familiar to the terrain and found jewels, they started slaughtering our people and made a holiday called Thanksgiving to celebrate every slaughter of a Native American Indian village. That's what the true history of Thanksgiving is. All right. Neither let him sit in thy right hand. And notice it says right hand, because the right hand is righteousness. Lest he seek to take thy seat. See? See? It's saying not to be near them, man. And thou at last remember my words and be prick wherewith. So you have to remember these words, man. All right? And you know, if you don't heed to the Lord's commandments, when you get stung by these devils, when all hell breaks loose, that's on you. All right? Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So if you're playing around with a serpent, all right, and you're doing all that, what like a lot of Asians, Indians do that. They have the flute and you know, they charm in the snake. If it bites you, who's gonna have sympathy for you? Because you're playing with fire, and that's what you women, especially you so-called black women, all of you, man, you're playing with fire when you have this delusion, all right, that these people are not your enemy, when you can clearly see that they are. If this is a court of law, evidence shows you that they're the enemy. You know, Ecclesiasticus 6 and 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends. See, so separate. And you know, you want to get simple and coconut stupid and, be like Mowgli in the Jungle Book. In Psalms, Psalms 83, it names all our enemies. And the first one is Edomites. All right, the children of Esau, man. Okay? That's the first one it mentions, man. The first ones, and at verse 6 it goes, the tabernacles of Edom. That's them. So the first enemy is in Psalms 83, the first enemy, because all these other nations have taken us and oppressed us. And all these nations know who we are. All their leadership know who we are. But the first one it mentions is Edom, which is so-called white people. So you're delusional, man. All right? You're delusional. It's as simple as that. And you're mentally ill. That's all it comes down to. Loving someone that hates you, man. It's incredible, man. Oh, they've changed. They're not like that. They're all this, that, and the other because they come to a few of your Black Lives Matter marches. Well, but that's prophecy as well. Job 20 verse 10. His children shall seek to please the poor. And who's that? Us. All right. And this is talking about the Edomites, because when you go into, say, like, you go to verse 7, all right, Job is saying, like, when we're in the kingdom, all right, they're going to do 1,000 years of being slaves under us, and then they're going to be exterminated, all right, as the book of Obadiah says. And that's what Job is going into. That's why he says, yet he will perish forever like his own dung, all right. So when you go to the toilet and you take a crap, you flush it away, you don't see that dung, that shit no more, it just gets flushed away. That's what's going to happen to the Edomites, man. But when you hear that, there's a demonic, delusional spirit in you that hates that, because the Lord said, I'll choose their delusions. So he deluded you to think that, these people like you. And basically, you're just, what's it called? You're just a walking, talking coconut, man. You're just a walking, talking, what's it called? Black version of an Edomite. Blonde hair, you bleaching your skin to look like them, this, that, and the other. And it's the same with our men as well. All right. So when they come to your marches or whatever, that's prophecy. That's not going to stop their judgment. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. Yeah, because everything they've got, they've stolen. All right. And the other delusion our women have is feminism. They have this, they've been pelted with so much negative messages, on being independent and all that stuff, but many of our people are not waking up. Okay? They're never waking up. And that's the problem that we have. When you are woken up and people ain't woken up and they're in darkness, leave them in that darkness and stay well clear of them, man. Don't be unevenly yoked with unbelievers. A lot of women are saying, look, this feminism stuff is dead. It's going, and it's good because that's where it belongs. It's garbage, man. It's not served any. It's not brought any goodness to our community other than division. And we have to understand that because of the curses, the man has been totally taken out of the house. And sadly, some of our women have supported that through this feminism garbage, man. Okay? Now, listen to this guy. This guy's breaking it down beautifully. Alright? But this is not, what's the word? This is a grace time. All right, like when you have a phone bill or something like that, and you basically have to pay it off. You have to pay it off, and then you ring the company and they give you a period of time, a grace period where you can pay your debts. That's the period we're in now, man. All right, now I want you to listen to what this guy said, and I'm gonna put link in the description box as well. And what he's saying is true.
More successful this weapon, this virus has been more epidemic in the Americas.
Yep.
And in the continent, it is beginning to take shape through the education system. They're beginning to teach kids about, women emancipation and how the man and the woman are equal. What a man can do, a woman can do better. Now listen, if you are a sister watching this from the Americas, anytime you hear those three words, strong, independent, black woman, know that you are being weaponized against the black family.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you, because the family is the most basic, and the most profound unit of society. Because from families, we have little neighborhoods. From the neighborhoods, we have a society. From the society, we have entire nations. Everything that we see happening today in the world
That's right.
can be attributed to the family. Everything good that we see in the world, it is attributed to the family. And anything bad that you see people doing is attributed to the family.
That's
Why?
right.
Because each and every perpetrator of evil comes from a family. That is the foundation. And that is why our oppressors are preserving their families. I'm telling you. And they're making sure that the black family is totally destroyed. And how have they done it? They have weaponized the black woman. They are empowering them economically. They're empowering them socially and bringing them into independent women. That is why we have so many single mothers in America.
That's right. And that's just facts, man. That's just facts. But the Lord has an order, and you have to follow that order. All right? And the ones of our women that don't want to comply with the Lord's word, all right? You're just a dead person walking. Simple as that, man. 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, which means anointed, Christ. And the head of a woman is the man. All right? So the man is above you, and the head of Mashiach is God, Yahweh. Okay? So that's the order. That's the divine order that was given down. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the only God that exists, gave us that order. So why are you defying that order? It's time not to defy that order. It's time to comply with that order. All right? Your grace period is coming to an end, man. All right? Verse 1 Corinthians 11:8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. That's right. You were made for our sakes, man. The word woman means servant, to serve a man. And if there's just useless men, because we do have loads of, guys that have their mind bugged out. But if you're a woman in this truth, just concentrate on this truth, and everything else the Lord will give you. If you have to be single, be single. Same, there's loads of brothers that are in the same situation, man. Alright, we haven't got time to go out on dates and have sunshine and lollipops. Judgment is coming. Alright. Verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So they were created for our sakes. But the problem is, a lot of our women earn a lot more money than us because of the curses. And therefore there's a lack of respect there sometimes. And that's Jeremiah 31:22. How long will thou go about, O backsliding daughter? See, backsliding daughter, which means that you're going in the wrong direction. Here it is, you're trying to get to work, and you got your sat nav on, this, that, and you put the coordinates in, and the sat nav is taking you the wrong way to get to your destination. Well, that's exactly the path, all right, that the majority of our women are on. O backsliding daughter, for the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. See, the Lord has done all this to us because of disobedience. A woman shall compass the man. All right? And if you look at even in the UK, the average so-called black woman, she earns a lot more than the average black man. That's another factor in there, But you have to understand one thing, that the whole world is against us. All right? The whole world is against us so-called black men, Israelite men. So we need support, and that's what our women are for. All right, not the other way around. That's what society has taught them, you see. And look at the results. The results are shameful, man. Okay, let's be honest about it. The results are shameful. Okay, Ecclesiastes And what that guy was saying is true. It's a big weapon that they've used, man. And they've used that weapon. See, that's what the Bible says, that this devil is wiser than Daniel, man. You know? This guy he's a genius at being wicked. You can't you can't outdo him on that. That's his territory, you know? That's what he was made for. Okay? But that is the divine order, man. Now, let's continue on for what he's saying. So what he's saying is very, very true.
So many women that that have been so educated in the field of being independent, and by that we are defying nature. We are not only defying nature, but that defiance of nature is resulting into the total destruction of the black family, especially in the West. If you remember, and when the civil rights movement was brewing, we were winning. The black people were winning because the queen and the king were hand in hand. They understood that they had a common struggle. They understood they had a common enemy, and they understood that there was a pathway that was set to achieve victory in the civil rights movement. When they realized that the black king and the black queen were hand in hand, they came up with the emancipation, women equality. Then they introduced Caucasian women into the struggle, and they subconsciously and somehow, forcefully caused them to, pull them away, pull the black women away from the men. When the black woman got disconnected or detached from the black men, then the civil rights movement lost its oxygen. So this is to say that
that's true.
Do not be proud when you are called strong, black, independent woman. No. It is a weapon, and you are being weaponized against black family. And we know that without family, society is going to be wrecked.
That's right, man. Spot on, man. All right. Listen, God is not going to come down off his throne to teach you women, man. All right. The Lord has given us that gift, He's given us the prophets, the brought us into this truth, gave us the mysteries of the Bible, and these are standard bearers. The commandments are standard. So if we're not living by that standard, obviously that's why we're not thriving, man. All right. Deuteronomy 28:54. So the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother. That's why we got black and black crime. All right. And toward the wife of his bosom. Okay. And that's where, see, the men, or the lack of men, are giving our women such bad experiences, they branch it out. But why is the alternative always the Edomite, so-called white person? Same with the men. Why is it always that alternative? I mean, do you see Palestinians marrying Israelis? They don't, because they're enemies. And they have integrity, And the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So that's why we have so many single parent mothers. All right? So we have to, you women have to come out of these delusions, man. All right? And just concentrate yourself on this truth, and then everything else will come. The Lord said, seek the kingdom of the Lord first, and everything shall be added onto you. Okay? So come out of that delusion, but ultimately it's up to the Lord, because he said he's going to blind the majority of our people from this truth. All right? Proverbs 31:30. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. I don't care how good you women look. All right? But a woman that feareth the Lord shall be praised. Okay? See? So a woman that fears the Lord shall be praised. And it must be hard out there, because I'm telling you, there's a video here, and I think it's one of these celebrity, I don't even know who the woman is, but I think she's a celebrity black woman that sings or something like that. And basically her message is beyond disgusting to women. Is it this one? I think it's this one. I think it was this one. I'm not sure. Yeah.
We are in the bit by generations or so.
All right. Yeah, this bitch, man. I don't know what her name is or whatever she is, but look at her on the right, man. She's a tattooed mess. Look at the state of her, man. Her legs are like baseball bats, man. Different color hair. And these are influencers. and they're influencing our people negatively.
Ladies, how are you? When I'm gonna call my twin, and I just want to let y'all know, be toxic for the rest of your 20s. You only get one life. Live your toxic 20s. You never get to be 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, 24, none of that ever again in your life. Be toxic, because don't get in your 30s thinking you could just go slashing tires and doing all this crazy. You too old for that now. You too mature. Be toxic for the rest of your 20s. And if you delusional, turn it up a notch.
You hear what that fucking bitch said? And she goes, and if you're delusional, and that's the spirit, because I looked at this video and I just remembered that I need to show you guys this, you know, you brothers and sisters that are in this truth. And she used that word delusional, man. You see? And that's not me, that's the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yeshua. It just brings things together. And look at her message, be toxic in your 20s. And unfortunately, these people, and by the way, the money that she's got in her hand is probably monopoly money. These black celebrities, there's a thing that they have called the black card. They can't take over £100,000 out of their bank account at once. The ones that have sold out to the Illuminati and so forth. You know, there's videos on YouTube about that. So they're high-priced slaves. And what is their message? Destruction. That's all it is. Be toxic in your 20s. Please, man. Alright? So please wake up. The ones of you that will wake up, you will, you won't, you won't. As simple as that, you know. And the ones that do, we're praying for you, man. Alright? I'll put some of these links to these videos in the description box as well. So I'll give all praise, and I hope you're edified, and I really hope that our women in particular think about this, because it's the way we're going is not a good thing, and the Lord is not going to stand for this much longer. So I'll give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yeshua, double honors to Apostle Elsewhere Millstone that will well. Salutations to the Hakim teacher word Syrian truth, and blessings to the elect and the 1/3 Israelites scattered worldwide, predestined to be saved. Shalom.